Happy birthday to me. I've waited forever to make this video, and finally here we go. In today's video I'll be taking you through some of the lessons I have learned in my 20s, and I'll categorize them under 4 different sections: finances, God, friendships, and myself. If you have not subscribed, please give me a birthday gift by subscribing, okay? Thank you. I'll start with money. The first lesson I have learned in my 20s regarding money is that money is important. Money is very important. The Bible actually tells us that money answereth all things. Like, I've come to understand that money can bring happiness. Lots of it. Most of the things that we desire, not everything, but most of the things that we desire needs money. The good life, the good clothes, the good food, the good health. Charlie, we can't underestimate the importance of money. So money is important. One thing I've always lived by is that there is nothing like too much money. What is too much money? So I've learned that whenever one gets the opportunity, if it's a business hub, if it's an investment, whenever the opportunity presents itself to make money, please make as much as you can at that point in time, because maybe it will not come again. My second lesson on money or on finance is that I have learned to keep financial friends. In this life, occasionally emergencies come up, and sometimes you need money to fix a quick problem you might not have in savings. But I think as we are Asian in our 20s, it's very important that we have friends that can give us that agent 1K, that agent 2K, that agent 5K in whichever currency that you spend. Because as we are growing, sometimes things come up from home, our health, like things just really come up. On my path, there's been times that I'll see this business venture I would want to actually invest, and I realize that I don't have enough money, and I'll need friends to come through for me, because that amount could be something I really need to get, and then get that investment done. And I thank my friends so much, because most of the times whenever I'm in need and I call on them, they always come through for me. And then let's say sometimes for some strange reason I've left my card somewhere, or I'm buying something, is not going through, I need a statement for something, my friends come through for me, or my friends have come through for me. So I think it's extremely important that we keep financial friends. And also regarding financial friendships, not just friends that give you money, but also friends that hook you up with investments. There are friends that will tell you about this property, like this land, like this business, like this savings, something like this susu group and everything. It's extremely important that you keep friends like that, because as I mentioned earlier, money is important. So it's good that you have people around you who might not be giving you money in terms of emergencies, but I think it's essential that you have friends around you who would show you where money is in terms of investment. I also have friends, like people that I don't always talk to every day, or not like friends, but sometimes, let's say I have a business I want to do and I want partners, I can always call on them. Or let's say when I have stuff I want to sell back at home, I can ask or inquire from, what do you think about this business? We are not friends like friends that we talk and laugh every day, but I'll describe them as financial friends. So it's important that you keep a financial company, so that in terms of emergencies, they can come through for you. Maybe at this point you ask yourself that, oh, as for me, which financial friend or which financial person do I know? You don't have to be rich before you can make financial friends. You can make financial friends by being there for people who you think are in your life. Everyone has those kind of people in their circles, irrespective of your age, in terms of like your church or your social group, you're anywhere, you can be close to them by being loyal to them, by attending their events, not just like in quotes hoshing them because they have money, but being a true friend and being there for them. Maybe you cannot give them money, but you can give them that sort of friendship. So through that you can obtain those kind of relationships. I can't overemphasize the importance of financial friendships. Thirdly, regarding money, I've always learned to keep a budget. I learned this about 6 years ago when I was undertaking my national service as a teaching assistant in Ghana. I chanced on this book, The Smart Money Woman. If you have not read it, please read it. And if you have access to Netflix and you don't like reading, please watch the series. It's extremely important. And ever since I watched that series, ever since I read that book, Smart Money Woman, it helped me in creating a budget. So every time I live on a budget, and the importance or the benefits of living on a budget is that even I understand that sometimes I go off it occasionally, but I don't go way off it, or I don't lose track of what I use my money for. It's something that has really helped me for like 5 years down the line, and I don't regret it. Like living on a budget, it's extremely important. It's a financial lesson I have learned. The fourth lesson I have learned regarding money or finances is never to give out of emotions. I realized that in the past, sometimes when I get so ecstatic or when I get so happy, I'll just go like, oh, this person, I need to give you something. So without checking how much I have, I could just give somebody a particular amount. That's an emotional giving. Or sometimes to emotional guilt trip, which is often external. Someone will just call you and just start saying, oh, don't you think I'm broke? Don't you see? Don't you? Those things. This is a lesson I have personally learned, not to give out of external guilt. If I'm not convinced within myself that I'm supposed to give to this cause, I will not give. So these are emotions. And then sometimes sad stories. I used to be so moved by people, people's sad stories, and this thing happened and my landlord died, and those stories used to move me a lot. And no matter how much I had, even if it means I should borrow and give to you, or if I should give you my last coin and then just move ahead with my life, I would have done that in the past. But I've learned not to give out of emotions. Instead, I have learned to give whenever it is necessary. Necessary in my own definition, you could also have yours. Issues regarding health emergencies. I'm very interested in supporting people's education in whatever small way I have, So if I have any small amount and someone tells me that she or he is finding difficulty in paying school fees and I have it, I'll definitely help her, because I know the importance of education. It's something that will yield like greater benefits, So for health, for education, I'll give to the person. Still on not giving out of emotions, but giving to important causes. I've learned that there are some things that you have to do regarding money, and if you don't give to the person, it becomes wasted. For example, I've learned to always give to my friends whenever they are getting married, especially since I'm not even in the country and most of my friends are actually in Ghana. I've learned to give to them whenever they are getting married, because when someone gets married, let's say in June, and you pretend and you give the person the money around November, you've still given, but personally I think that it takes the joy away. So I've learned to give to things that I think are important, and then I've learned to do it promptly and not postpone. Let's say someone loses their parents or the child, or something really bad happens to the person that you could have helped immediately, and you just wait till later and you give. The thing is no longer nice, So I've learned not to do that. I've learned to give promptly to important causes. That's the fourth financial lesson I have learned. And fifthly, I have learned to use money for what it's supposed to be used for. I realized that whenever I was giving gifts out to people, if it's anything at all, I'll try my best to ensure that this is a gift that someone would appreciate. If it's money, if it's clothes, anything, I would like the person to be happy at the end. But I realized that personally, whenever I have to give something to myself, I'll be extremely stingy. I felt like I wasn't being kind to myself. I was always, trying my best to give myself the bare minimum. But hey, going forward and in this past few years, I've learned to give money to myself. I've learned to buy myself. I haven't learned, I'm still learning actually, but I've come to understand that it's extremely important that same measure of goodness or of goodwill I think about others whenever I am giving to them, I should extend that same goodness to myself. So I've learned to use money. I'm learning to use money for things it's supposed to be used for. I'm learning not to be extremely frugal. I can be a spendthrift sometimes, I know, but I'm learning to use money for what it's supposed to be used for. Instead of always trying to minimize cost and cutting costs, and no, I've stopped. People, trust me, I've stopped. Yeah, so I'm learning to do better and to give myself the best that I would give to any other person. The next thing I want to talk about is friendship. So there's this saying that old friends are the best. I think it's true, but I want to re-explain it further. Whenever I look back at my friendships, like my friendships from high school, to shout out to all my friends, okay, that we've spent over a decade. My friends from tech, we are almost like about almost 10 years, so Charlie, 7 years, that kind of friendship. And you compare it to the friends that you meet along life, things just come up and then you just meet new people, and sometimes the drama they will exert, all the horrible things that you have never seen before in your past friendships. Although meanwhile, before meeting these people, you'd have thought that, oh, my friend is like this, she's like that, she's like this. You learn to appreciate them better, and that has led us to the saying that old friends are the best. I hope you get what I'm trying to say. The new friends that we meet as we journey through life, some can show us behaviors that we have never seen in our old friendships, or we have never seen any of our old friends do, and that makes us actually value the people that we have in our past, So I think that it's important that we value our friends, we appreciate them, we spend time, call them, talk to them. I've learned to be there for them. I've learned to be their friend, that kind of friend I expect from them. I've learned to be that kind of friend to them as well. Hopefully, girls, I don't know, boys, I don't know. So old friends are sincerely the best. My second lesson on friendship is that I have learned to embrace new friendships. As we have new experiences, sometimes you know that people are so weird because of where we are coming from, the friendship circles that we have been in. You listen to people's thought patterns, you're like, oh wow. And because when I'm friends with people, I invest a lot of emotions, lot of love, lot of energy, lot of happiness, goodwill towards the other person. So I was becoming extremely sensitive. Meeting new people, I was struggling to really understand them, and they understanding me as well. But now I'm learning to embrace new friendships, because life is taking us through different phases, life is taking us through different locations, and I have learned, to embrace new friendships as well. That's another lesson I have learned, that it is okay to meet new people. Not all new people are bad. It is okay to embrace new people. It is okay to meet new people at your office, anywhere else, in church and everywhere else. And one person's misconduct should not be a general thing to apply to everyone, because there are still new people. Just as you're a new person to the other person and you think that you are trying to be a good friend to others, the same way that I'll move to my third point on friendships. Regarding friendship, I've learned that it's okay for friendships to end. It's very okay. And let me say this, friendship breakup, it hurts. I don't know about other people, but personally it hurts me. Someone that we've come a long way. Looking back at it, it could be short, but sometimes all those short, the memories created in that period, the times together, the conversations, the laughter, the joy, and then sometimes something really little happens and that friendship is over. Occasionally, maybe nothing could have even gone wrong. Friendship, maybe nothing could have even gone wrong, but the tone of conversations, different exposures and different experiences along life could lead to different perspectives. And then suddenly, when you talk to your friend, it's like, this is someone I love, this is someone who also loves me back, but that vibe is not there because our thought pattern have changed, and it is growth. And you just start being like, oh, I miss my friends so much. It's okay to miss somebody and not talk to the person again. Not talking to the person again like loggerheads, no, once in a while, but not being that kind of friends that we all used to be. Friendship breakups hurt, and then we will have to live and then move above it, just like all other relationships. Let's not get tied so much to relationships or to friendships because of, I don't know what it is, or because of love or emotions. And when we are being disrespected, when we are being taken for granted, and when we are being like, the person is always telling you, you are this, you are that, you make me feel, Yeah, let's understand that friendships breakup is a thing. Friendships do end. Friendships might have an expiration date. Thankfully, we are able to live through our friendships still forever, like some of our parents have been able to do. We thank God. But if that's not the case, and then something happens and we have to end things, we'll end things nicely and speak to each other once in a while. Hopefully life will bring us back together or not, and that's okay. Yeah, so I have learned to accept friendship breakups. I've learned not to overkill myself, like think about it so much. What did I do to this person? Why is this person being weird? No, I've stopped that kind of behavior. So yeah, friendship breakup is a thing. Yes, and another wise thing I have done in my 20s is to have 1,000 friends. If I mean 1,000 friends, is to have different types of friends. I have friends I speak to where we just pray, have Bible conversations, talk about preachers like Apostle Johnson Selman, those kind of stuff. Talk about God's word, what we've been reading this month. Christian, that's like my spiritual relationship kind of friends. And I also have friends that we talk about money, finances. I have friends that we talk about politics, well, like everything that's going on regarding governance, those kind of stuff, news and everything. And I also have friends that we talk about marriage, sexual life, sex, and all of that. And I have friends where we talk about social media and all of those things. And I think that doing that has been one of the best things to help me get being overly emotional and overly being sensitive to some of my friends' behavior, because it is very wrong, I think, to put all your friends into one box, expecting that spiritual friend to talk about sex with you, to talk about social media with you. I think it's a bit unfair to your friends. So I've learned to give them that grace and try to lower my expectations, just try my best to relate with everyone according to that part of my body or that part of my mind, and that has been very good for me, putting friends according to where they should really be and then allowing them to be who they should be. I think sometimes we overburden our friends. We put them into different, places, and sometimes we just really want them, that one friend, to pray with us at night. We want that one friend to go and gossip about on Instagram. That one friend talk about politics. Charlie, it shouldn't be so. It shouldn't be so, Let's try and give grace. Let's extend grace to our friends. Let's try and give them space. Let them, because they also have lives to live. Their life shouldn't be about us. They have family. They have their problems. They have their other friends from different places as well. So let's not try to overburden them. That's with my fourth friendship rule. The fifth thing I have learned regarding friendship in my 20s that I wish I knew earlier is to make kind friends. I don't know how to explain this point, but I try and make kind friends. When I talk about kindness, people just think about money or no. Kind people, their speech is filled with kindness. Kind people are extremely forgiving. Kind people, they use kind words. They are not harsh with their friends. Of course, sometimes quarrels will come up, but kind people would always find ways to be forgiving. Kind people are hardly dramatic, dragging issues, because in human relationships things come up, but it's our ability to actually resolve it that really matters. For me, that's what I think. So please make sure that you have friends who are filled with kindness. Not how will you know? Listen to their conversations. Like when I meet somebody, the person is talking so badly about what a friend did to her, fine. But then that person goes to the extent of saying bitter things, talking about things that they shared in the past. You know where you're heading towards yourself. You keep this person like around you for a while, you end up having problems eventually. So you just try and put the person where they truly belong. And the bonus thing I would like to add is that I have also learned to define relationships. I don't call everyone as my friend. I can call you, oh, she's my high school mate. We're in uni together. We're in the US together. I met her in the UK. She's in my office. She's in my church. That's where I know you from. Yeah, when I see people, I try to laugh a lot with them, but that doesn't mean we are friends. Ever since I started defining friendships according to where I met them or where I know them from, it helped me lower my expectations and it helped me lower my investments. Regarding investments, I'm not saying financial investments, but it helped me lower my emotions. It helps. So when I'm talking to you, we're just talking and just laughing and everything, but I have no emotional attachment towards you. What I'll do for my friends in terms of giving them my time and my attention, I wouldn't give you that much because of where I have put you, the description I have given to you. Quarrels hardly occur, or drama hardly occurs because, first of all, we're not even friends. We are acquaintances, we are colleagues, we are church mates, that kind of relationship, those things. And I expect very little from you because I give little as well. So that has been very helpful to me. Since it looks like this conversation is going longer than I expected, I'll bring to you the second part of this video later this week. I hope you've enjoyed watching this video. Thank you so much, and please don't forget to like, share, comment and subscribe. Thank you. Bye bye.